EC bosses.
The Daily Statesman newspaper carries the same story. This one is TKO MP's new top team. Blay Nana B win big at conference. And then Koforidua 2018 in pictures. Those are the stories on the front page of the Statesman.
And in the new Crusading Guide, the NPP confab is trending as well. A NAS bus rogue Hot FM presenter in another undercover recording. I'm still alive. That's according to Bawe Kwate, head of family and overcome complacency, power country Q by President
MPP everywhere. The Chronicle newspaper also has the MPP story. MPP pickmen for 2020 battle. John Boedu is grateful to all, and we want to be in power for 60 years. That's Freddie Blay.
Today, naked robbery at NPP Congress. NDC in secret meeting over Charlotte say vows to torpedo Akufo-Addo EC nominee. That's the Today.
The Observer newspaper, the same MPP stories everywhere. Cool chop. I will not allow anyone to sink the boat. That's the president cautioning. Don't deal with imposters. That's State Housing Corporation cautioning clients. And Ghana's economy is working again. That's the president. And that avoid complacency story by Akufo is also on the front page of the Observer newspaper.
Okay, so in the Daily Guide, Blay leads NPP for 2020. 8,000 fresh teachers for free SHS. MFWA punches holes in a NAS number 12 video. And EC petitioners hold press confab for today.
The Ghanaian Times newspaper, government to recruit 8,000 teachers for free SHS program. Former Vice President Mr. Arthur to be laid to rest July 27. The rest of the stories we have done. NPP.
In the Daily Graphic, Freddie Blay still trending. NPP grateful to God for successful conference. Build harmonious relationships. President tells NPP post holders. And we've talked about Ibrahim Mahama already. That's the Daily Graphic.
Right. So before we go into it, well, we are really going into it now, aren't we?
Yes.
Because my last weekend was very.
Yeah, you spent your last weekend in a stadium, right?
It was on a field.
A field on the park in Koforidua, where the MPP elected 6,000 people, selected 10 people from 41 people to lead the party in the next elections. And I don't think there are too many surprises. One of the elections that stood out for me was Aziz Futa. You know Aziz Futa, the Nasara coordinator. He's always in this house with us. Accra House of Folk enthusiast, football enthusiast generally. I've
seen him a number of times at Asempa FM.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's always running around here. And he told me somewhere along the lines that he wanted Majonland to do a story for him because he was going for elections. I found it quite amusing, but congrats to him, he won. And then the rest of the results. The main one being the national chairmanship. Yeah. Keen competition in the end. 506 votes difference between Freddie Blay and Stephen Ntim. Stephen Ntim's speech at the end of the results for me stood out. He said once again Stephen Ntim has failed in his bid to lead the party. Let's hear what he said.
Yep. Before we hear Stephen Ntim himself, let's hear that declaration made by Electoral Commission about the winner of the chairmanship race.
By these results, Abudu Aziz Haruna Futa is declared the elected Nasara coordinator. Now to the position of the national treasurer. Mr. Kobna Abankwa Yebua is the newly elected national treasurer. For the national women organizer, Kate Jemfua has won the position of the national. Now for the national youth organizer, Nana Buachi is declared the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, for the national organizer, Mr. Samia Uku is declared the national organizer. For the general secretary, Mr. John Boedu is declared a winner for the national secretary position. Now for the national vice chairman, and for this position we have 3 people who will be elected. So the first vice is Rita Talata Asobairi. The second vice is FF Anto. The third vice is Michael Omari Wadie. Now to the position of the national chairman. Honorable Freddie Westmew Blay is declared the national chairman.
So that was the Electoral Commission official announcing all the winners from the conference. Let's now hear that sound you referred to, Malik, Stephen and Tim.
Yeah.
Once again, it is victory for the New Patriotic Party because we have succeeded in electing our new crop of national officers to steer the affairs of the party for the next 4 years. As usual, my loyalty to the New Patriotic Party is not shaken by what has taken place. You can continue counting on Stephen and Tim as usual because it is party first. You can always count on me. Thank you all very much.
It was such a moving statement that he gave to Congress, because you know his history. You know this man has been at this for 4 consecutive times.
Yeah.
He's run this election 4 consecutive. This is the closest. In fact, pre-election surveys done by many, including within the party, actually pointed to an interim victory. It was the last lap that Freddie Bile overtook him. But he put everything in this election. Everything was going his way until the last minute. So
that's the what I'm wondering, that what changed in the last minute.
Well,
because on the ground, I'll tell you that on the ground, I did hear a lot of people mentioning Stephen and Tim.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And many would tell you that for them the ground was solid for him.
Yeah.
But this is an election, and last minute surprises often happen. And again, the fact that he did not level any allegations, right there, he didn't complain. He just said once again he has failed, but his loyalty to the party remains intact. And it is that loyalty that those who voted for him were rewarding. And Gifty Ando Appiah had interviews with many of them who said, look, this man has stuck to the party, he's contributed his quota. When he has failed time and again, he has not shirked his responsibility to continue to support the party. Therefore, for them, they were going for him. So the loyalty was rewarded, albeit it was not enough for him to scale. One other person that surprised me, Rita Talata Asobayeri. This is a 2-time women organizer, national women organizer for the party. Many thought that FF Antor would rise from 3rd vice chairman to 1st vice chairman, but Rita Asobayeri came in and then she took it. Omaru Wadiev, somebody wrote on Facebook, finally makes it to the national chairmanship. You know, so Asobayeri, great lady.
I spoke to her and she was telling me, look, I've done this for 27 years.
Yes, that's true.
And that's very, very long illustrious history.
She's a founding member of the party. Yeah. She's been even overseas branch members of the party through the rank. She's 2-time women organizer. She's been part of every candidate's campaign, from Edubwa Hene to Kufuor to Nanado, to every single one of them.
Yeah.
So really, those who follow politics would not be too surprised by her performance. And she was a very influential women organizer when she was.
But Malik, we have to give a minute to the second tightest race of the day, youth organizer.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to Henry Nana Boakye. Hard luck to Dominic Edia. I think that the two of them slugged it out from the very beginning to the end.
Oh yes.
Their campaign. I would describe their campaign as the most diverse campaign, because Dominic set it out that he's not going to do a lot of communication on air. He's going to do a lot of underground campaign. Yeah. And he called it the job day ground. And absolutely. Nana B decided to, because he's a party communicator. He's always been
all out.
Yes, so he went all out using his strengths, and he said Nyamin Sawom. I don't know if because Dominic said he's on the ground, he decided to be in the air with God. But then,
why did he leave Kamal? Is it because of the way the results turned out?
Well, I think it's because of the. But he was always tipped. He was always tipped to be the guy who could be the dark horse. Yeah. But he also ran. I spoke to him during just when the votes were being counted, and I didn't get the sense that this was someone who was so confident he was going to win.
Yeah.
At that point, I realized that no.
Sometimes when you get to the grounds and then you realize that the way things are going, you're not really in the running as you thought. This was exiting Nasarawa coordinator. 14 people were vying for his position. He was entering into new and uncharted waters, and it didn't quite work out for him. But of course, there were those that we all could tell that these ones would win. Same Uku was sure. I mean, John Boydu was those ones. I think.
But even in the John Boydu race, a lot of people are congratulating the loser.
I was
Richard
actually
Ahiagba.
surprised by his
Yeah, for him
performance.
getting 1,274
was-
votes. And I'll make this quick comparison. Samuel Oku stood against two people. The two people's votes together is about between 600 and 700. Samuel Oku got 4,913 votes as national organizer. With John Boydu, he stood against one person. He got 4,200 votes, and Richard Ahiagba came out with 1,270.
And one person, and Richard doesn't live in Ghana. He doesn't.
No, he's from MPP Chicago.
Yes.
Actually, look, when I interviewed him on News Desk last year, I was like, this guy.
Serious.
Yeah, but I mean, he really, and I had a lot of delegates telling me on the ground that, look, this guy, if he had come earlier, if he would have pulled, I didn't really get the sense that he may have won against John Boydu, but a lot of people would said he could have pulled a more impressive performance and that he needs time and all of that.
No, I think the 1,002 is actually a respectable performance
Yeah.
in my candid opinion. When I saw the results, I was like, wow, this guy did that much. Given that, I mean, you didn't really know much about him, and he just came in and picked those votes.
Right.
He did great.
Okay, anyone has just been okay. Let me end this quick one. We will be going on about the NPP's National Delegates Conference during the show when we are joined by Philip Osei-Bonsu and Paula Domochwe, and Raymond will also be around. But let's hear Freddie Blay finally before we move on.
I will say on behalf of the team newly elected that we will now work on the unity of the party. We promise to work together in unity also. We are happy, but measured in our happiness. We will now mend some of the problems that during the contest we might have created for each other. But one thing remains clear, and we want to send it right across to our opponents all over, that we are now determined not only to defend the government, not only to defend our gains since 2016, but to win in 2020 and beyond.
Right, so that was Freddie Blay, chairman of the NPP. Any more? Move us
So
forward.
I'm talking about the Anas expose and the fact that CAF has suspended 10 Ghanaian referees. So August 5th, 2018, 10 officials are expected to appear before a disciplinary board. Already, though, the Referees Association of Ghana has suspended all of the 15 referees who were caught on tape taking bribes in the number 12 documentary by the undercover journalist Anas Amayao. The association... Arameyao, sorry. The association has urged all its members not to deal with any football club directly and with regard to officiating any football match. The list of referees is in the newspaper, The Finder, if you're interested in following up on that. But CAF has taken some action against the referees in the number 12 expose.
Great, Malik, you want to move us forward into court?
Yes. So let's do. Do you remember Galamsey Queen Aisha Huang?
Yes.
So, you know, she's in court, has been in court for quite a while now. The trial judge is quite unhappy with the speed of the case. And I'm talking about Justice Charles Kobedin.
Okay.
He says that, look, the judiciary is working. And let me just quote. The judicial system is working. The legal system works. The people within are ready to work. Nobody should be taking the court round. I want to expedite action on this matter. His complaint is that both prosecution and defense attorneys are not pushing the case in a manner that he would have anticipated that they would. And you know, Aisha Huang and 4 others were arrested in connection with Galamsey in the Ashanti region, and they were put before court. Remember, the same Aisha Huang was the one who were told she had some sexual explicit content with some big men, which she was using to blackmail them and get away with Galamsey operations in the Ashanti region. Eventually, she was arrested together with 4 others. They've been in court. One of them has left the court. He's not even attending the court. This is Gao Jincheng. He's not been coming to court. In fact, the trial judge has asked that the prosecution should get the surety, the person who stood surety for these guys to be granted bail, to come and explain why Jincheng is not coming to court. Nonetheless, the prosecution would go ahead. And the defense attorney, I was tempted to sing this morning. It's Captain Krabia Efadate. You remember those? Something.
Oh, well done, Malik.
Sing the song.
Well done.
Sing the song. Sing the song.
Right. So Captain Nkrabia Ifadate has done what?
His defense attorney for the 5 of them.
Okay.
And the judge has told them that the prosecution should call all their witnesses so that Captain Nkrabia Efadate will do his cross-examination, and then he wants to deal with the case before the end of the legal year.
Right, and let's stay with the environment anymore.
Okay, so Ghana has lost 50% of its forests since 2000. We are at a deforestation rate of 2% annually. If we continue this way, by 2040, we will have absolutely no forest cover. This is in a report that has been released by the Climate Investment Bank of the World Bank, which has allocated $75.7 million to forestry projects in Ghana. But this is where we are at the moment. So very scary.
Very, very scary. Reminds me of the...
Speaking about forestry, it's funny because last week, in association with climate change, we experienced the hottest day of the year. The hottest day ever, 51 degrees Celsius, somewhere in a little country in the Middle East, a little town.
Okay.
So,
very, very interesting. Reminds me of the statement, I should say, the president's made about Galamsey during his speech at the conference. But we'll be going into the details of that when we are dissecting the conference later on the show. Let's go online now. And the online news review is brought to you by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy and Selma Court, managed by Western World Properties. Live your true comfort. Ghana's #1 indigenous oil marketing company, Goyle, gives you innovation that takes you further. The new Goyle Super Synthetic innovation, the new Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. These expertly crafted lubricants work excellently with all modern petrol and diesel engines, provide superior cleaning and protection, reduces fuel consumption, prolongs oil change intervals, and enhanced engine performance. New Goyle Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Engineering innovation for your vehicle has arrived and is available at all over 330 Goyle filling stations. Goyle, good energy. Now, unforeseen circumstances happen all the time, but when they do, are you overtaken by them, or do you have the reassurance that you can brave the tides? Sign up for Zenith Bank Assurance products and secure the future under no stress. Sign up today for the Zenith Life Plan, Zenith Farewell Plan, Zenith Education Plan, and the Zenith Hospital Cash Plan, all underwritten by Prudential Life Insurance Ghana. Enjoy a secure future. Call Zenith Bank today on 0302-680-884 for insurance packages that will conveniently cater to all your insurance needs. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. When your landlord says your rent is due and you don't have any money, don't worry. Be happy and run to Selma Cost, located at Katamanso, and move into your own dream house today. Are you a regular salaried worker or a business executive whose income can be verified? Then run to Selma Cost today and sign the offer letter, and our finance partners will pay for you with no deposit and no hidden charges. Remember, terms and conditions apply. You can also build your own dream house on our Selma Springs premium plots at Tema Community 25 and Pram Beach. Selma Court is managed by Western World Properties Limited. You may contact us on 0545 558 988 or 0545 559 928, or visit our website on www.selmacourt.com or email us at info@selmacourt.com. Selma Court, live your true comfort. MyJoyOnline.com is where we begin. It says, thank you for rewarding hard work. NPP General Secretary John Boadu. Minority in Parliament wants Freddie Blaze a vulgar opulence investigated. This is a statement from the minority. We'll add that to our discussion today. Upper West Regional Town, where people walk for an hour to make a phone call. Very, very, very unfortunate. And let's expand Supreme Court. Martin Pebu speaking here. He said it on News File on Saturday. Guys, and this is from the BBC. You know that for the Thai boys who were trapped in a cave, four of them have been rescued.
They took a 10-hour break so that they could refill the oxygen masks, and they're hoping to continue this morning.
I saw the routes they'll have to swim through.
Chalet.
It's not easier. The choke point is so steep.
It's not.
Charlie, let's pray for the Thai boy because the oxygen is getting finished
Yes,
where they are.
it is. And
So-
if it rains and the waters rise, then there could be major
Exactly.
problems.
If this was in your country.
Well, the BBC also says how WhatsApp has helped heroin becomes Mozambique's second biggest export. Thanks, guys, for joining us this morning on the news and online review. We'll meet later when we are talking about the MPP conference and what's.
Anymore is leading that conversation.
Yeah, anyone will host that. Alright, stay with us.
If you that long time,